Incoming transmission.
Picture this. A recording studio somewhere far, far away.
Welcome, watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion on the 8th of October 2018. I'm looking at Altered Beast on the Sega Master System. Yes, it's Master System week this week, so all games this week will be centered around the iconic console, the rival to the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, we had a look at this on the arcade and the ZX Spectrum in the past, so I'm going to be looking at this on the Master System, and so far it's not great, actually. Okay, so first of all, the one thing I must tell you is that the two-player option is gone completely, absolutely kaputzed. They have removed it. It is non-existent. Do not look for it, for it is not there. Anyway, this is quite, I don't know. Hit detection's a bit poo. And basically, if you get hit, you get either trapped like that, or you will end up getting bounced around the screen, possibly into other mobs. And there you go. So there's one of the power-up balls. We've almost lost a life already. Oh dear. Here we go. He-Man proportions with only one globe, which makes me suspect we're only going to be hitting two in this version. Everything, well, it's been okay. Well, that's a life gone already. The animations are really quite juddery. That's a shame, really. We're talking sort of Spectrum proportions at the moment. The scrolling isn't very smooth either, I've got to tell you. Graphically, it's okay. I mean, it's not wonderful, but then, you know, we're not talking at 16-bit here. But you know, I think it's a reasonable effort graphically, but it's not brilliant by any stretch of the imagination. Which is a bit of a shame. Here we go, another life lost already. So yeah, this is not the easiest of games to play. So let's get on the control system. Okay, so you've got left and right, duck. And you've got kick and punch, and up does absolutely nothing. Why didn't they assign jump to that? Okay, so let me explain this to you. When you want to jump, you've got to push both of your buttons at the same time. I'm sure that would have been better mapped to the up button rather than both of your action buttons. Bit of a strange choice there. The sound's okay. I think it's probably the redeeming feature here is the sound. The music's alright. It's spot on to the arcade, really, with the sort of the tinniness that I have said before about the Master System and the Mega Drive, in fact, having as well over the Nintendo consoles. But there you are. Well, this was released on a variety of different systems. The Amiga, the Master System, Mega Drive, obviously, Atari ST, Commodore 64, I believe, Amstrad, Spectrum, as you know, because I've already reviewed it on the Spectrum. But yeah, it's sluggish. It's just not very responsive. There we go. So we're gonna transform into the werewolf with a weird shouty noise. Okay, so the palette isn't very good either, I've got to say. It's a bit garish, isn't it? This whole purple and green situation, very garish indeed. Did any of you guys actually play this? Because I know it came bundled with the Mega Drive, or Genesis, as our friends over the seas would call this console. But I've got to say, did you play this on the Master System, and were you happy with it at the time? Because, I mean, obviously looking back now, it can look a little bit ropey, which it is playing like a dog. No pun intended there. But it really isn't very smooth at all. Way too easy to get trapped in between mobs as well, and there we go, dead again, and it's game over. So can we continue? Let's see. No, we can't even continue. They took away the ability to continue. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is dropping points left, right and centre. What could have been a great game or a great conversion has turned out to be nothing but quite a difficult game to handle, to be quite honest with you. I'm going to give it another little playthrough to see how we go. But you can see it is sluggish, it's juddery, it's not the easiest game to get to grips with. There you go, I've got trapped between those two. There we go, they just sprout out from nowhere, and then the game of tennis with your character proceeds to happen. Great fun. Not. Anyway, let's look at the heads-up display. At the top, you've got your score. Underneath that, with the blue bars, that is your health level, which seems to deplete at a stupidly rapid pace. There we go, dead again. High score, and then your lives up in the top right-hand corner. Now, there should be 3 globes. The arcade and the Mega Drive both had the 3-globe system. You only need 2 to transform into your beastie this time. And as far as levels go, I believe there's only 5 levels on the Master System version, which is cutting it short by a couple. But there you go. Now, I'm probably not going to get to the end boss here, but it's given you enough to go on. I just want to know what your thoughts are on this conversion. Were you happy with the home conversions? Was there a system that you thought, oh, this has done a cracking job on Altered Beast? I think the Mega Drive would probably be a suitor for that. I think the Amiga version was quite good as well. The Spectrum did a fairly okay job for the limitations of the computer at the time. But this really could have been so much better. It's disappointing because it's a Sega release as well, which is a shame. But there we are. If they just toned it down a little bit, maybe less characters on screen at the same time would have made this a better thing. And there's just no satisfaction in beating those ghouls up. There's just no impact to it at all. So it's a real sort of miss, I'm afraid, on this one, ladies and gentlemen. It is for me anyway. If you've got any sort of memories of this game yourself, then I would love to see what you've got to say in the comments below. And I will, of course, respond to each and every one of you. Now, there we go. So anyway, sorry about last week. The news about Ben Daglish sort of dragged me down a little bit last week, but I appear to be back this week. So look for some more cracking reviews this week, and look for more theme weeks coming up in the future as well, such as Nintendo Week, Spectrum Week, Amstrad Week, you know, that sort of thing, and see where we can go from there. Anyway, this has been Altered Beast on the Sega Master System. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning in. It means the world to me. You guys stay retro, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now!